Okay, if you would now just score. Well, I think, no, I think we'll just have time for the second one. The third one was just going to be Megan with the intro, but I'm not sure we'll do that. I don't think we're going to need to.
The weight loss one was example.
Weight loss should be number 1 from 2010. Because no, that's Zach. Sorry, number 2. Zach is number 1 from 2010. He does the, the sports newscaster thing.
Right.
We're going to assume she answered questions.
Yeah, she answers questions. Yes.
That she did fine.
Yes. What you're going to put in for question answer, this just makes it easy. Just give her the full 5. But we'll do that for everybody. I've known anybody to fail that. Okay? That's just... I'm not saying they couldn't. I just haven't heard about it. Are we ready to talk? Okay. We're going to do it the way we do with the AP reading, okay? I'm going to start with a score, and if you gave that score, just shoot your hand in the air, okay? And you can see where you are with the rest of the group, and then eventually, by the second one, we should be more calibrated, okay? So we're going to start with the content. For the introduction, how many gave her a 6, a 7, an 8, 9, 10. Okay, I give her a 10. This is, remember, the content now, not the delivery. Okay. For component 1, a relationship with mentor and telling you about the mentor, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I would see that as a 9 or a 10. She could have said more. She could have got into the background of the mentor a bit more. If that's what you were waiting for, I would see why you would be yes. So you're in the ballpark with an 8 to 10, I would say, on that one. The procedure that she went through from beginning to end, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll give her a 10. I'm not sure what else she could tell you in the time limit she had. The exhibition explanation of the product with the audiovisual, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I gave her a 10. I don't see what the problem was. Again, she's not a professional photographer. She's giving you the best that she can come up with at the time, and so if you think I'm being lenient, then you know where our standard is. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. Did you want to ask a question?
The reason I gave her a lower score was her knee was up there for a long time. So when she talked about the going with her friends, I don't know, I was expecting more maybe changing the picture.
I was with you. I thought a picture of the rope course, a picture of...
Oh, yes. Okay. That would have improved it. I agree. I can see that. I can see that. Yep, I can see that. But for me, I wouldn't get lower than a 9 because it was so spectacular what she finally did show us.
Sure.
I have to tell you this. Okay, she's a student of mine. I had her in theater class last year. They did dress rehearsals for me. When she did her dress rehearsal in the room, I wasn't even looking at this. I was just so astounded. I had never seen a senior project that compelling that I had ever watched, where I was there every second while she was talking. Now, she was slower in class.
Sure.
There were things in class that actually were a little better than this presentation here. Okay, just letting you know that. And so I wanted her to be filmed or taped so that we could use it, and you could see it. We'll talk more about it when we get to her delivery. So my score leaning, not because she's a student of mine, but because of my fascination with what she did and seeing it, I know had an effect on me as I listened to her. Language, 6, 7. I told you. 8, 9, 10. I won't go through all her errors, but I could see a 7 or 8. I have a hard time with 9 or 10, but again, you know, that's your call. Delivery, eye contact. That's hard for you to see on film, but I have seen her do it, and it's outstanding. She looks at everybody, and I don't know whether you were able to detect that, but she does. That's right. Yeah, she did, so I gave her a 10. Voice, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay. All right, so I give her between a 7 and an 8. Well, I'll tell you why. It certainly wasn't for volume. We could hear her. Vitality was outstanding. I give her about a 12. You know, emotion was wonderful, but her diction and her rate were way problematic. In the very beginning, you could barely understand what she said in the introduction. And there were other times where she just sped up, but we were so engaged with her own vitality and her amazing spirit while she did this. I think that we overlooked those words we didn't get because we got the gist of it. We understood basically what she was saying. Okay. Appearance. Okay. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah, I gave her a 5. That, again, I think that whatever complaints there would be are more generational, don't you think? I mean, she was dressed up. Do you understand? She was dressed up. That's dressed up for her. Not just for her as a person, but for most of our students. Poise. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. She was so comfortable in her own skin after that introduction. From that point on, her body just flowed in the air. She sculpted it as she wanted to. She was easy. She wanted to talk to us. Her whole body told us this with everything she did. That's something I rarely see in adult professional speakers, what I saw with her. Audiovisual, appropriate and integrated logically and smoothly. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah, I agree, it's 5. Question answer, you gave her the 5. Yep. If you add up, you can add up and see what your scores are. I came out this time watching that presentation, which I did not see in person. And my score goes between 94 and 95. I think it was a little higher last year in class. I can tell you the judges gave her 99.7. So if that gives you an idea, then a standard from watching this. All right.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I guess I'm fumbling with the difference between the content of the audiovisual versus the delivery of the audiovisual.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I have a, yeah. She has the same confusion I do, and I think we need to revisit this for next year, I think. The difference between, and David, you seemed like you had a good idea there. It just didn't gel with me at the time because I was, you know, maybe a little bit too much of a rush to get down here. But the difference you see, the distinction between the audiovisual as it's done up in content and down in delivery, and I think we got into the content as the explanation of it more and the integration more down at the bottom. So the actual audiovisual more is the top, and how it was integrated and whether or not it was done smoothly is the bottom one, if that helps at all. Yes?
I had one year where the kid had a beautiful audiovisual, never mentioned it, never referred to it, never integrated it at all until we brought him into it. So that one was really clear, the difference between
Yeah,
content
got you.
and then how
If we
it
could
integrated.
word that differently. I think the phrasing of it needs
Sometimes
attention.
what I see too is it's the wrong audio visual. Like they use something and you're thinking like, why didn't they bring
Right.
something else in? Why didn't they show us a picture
Yeah.
of that? Why didn't they give us a video clip of them doing something. Like, sometimes it's not the right thing. Like, if she went through this whole thing and you never saw her jump out of an airplane, and she just talked about it and brought in a parachute, like that wouldn't have been as compelling. And you would have been thinking, oh, I would have loved to have seen you actually jump out of it.
Of course, it shocked me that she actually did, though. I mean, I wasn't ready for it. Yeah.
And she smiled too.
Like she said at one point, there's loud music on this, and then nothing played. And that didn't faze her. She went right through with it. But would that penalize her at all, or would that?
I don't see why. I don't know. I mean, that's just something that failed to happen.
Beautifully, yeah.
Yes.
It's like, oh, it's not going to play. Okay,
Right.
put on.
She apologized for the music ahead of time. 'Cause she
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
think it was appropriate. Then she was glad it wasn't.
Okay, all right. I missed that a little bit. Okay.
Okay, so if you got into the 90s on that, you're where you need to be.
Now, you also, during the scoring, you don't have to add them up. Like the Scantron that we run them through does all of that, but it's still good to like mentally sort of check where you are.
Is this what the sheet will be?
Yes.
Just like this?
Yeah. Wait, you want to say something?
Yeah, I always do. You kind of have an idea in your mind where this is falling, and it's something I've always added up to just check to see, does this seem like overall a fair?
Yeah, I think many of us have the understanding that in the 90s is an A. If it's easier for you to work with letter grades, work with them. 80s is a B. 70s is a C. High 60s, the D range. And then from 64 down, it's failure. Yeah.
And right or wrong, whenever I've judged, we've always, after somebody's left, we've tallied up and just say, well, what range were you in? Just so, you know, we had a night with the judges, with the other judges in the room, just to see if we were in target.
To see if you were close or not. Yeah, because you're not really supposed to influence each other.
I know you're not supposed to, but just, you know, am I close? And then, that's why I said right or wrong.
Yeah. Okay. We have another one for you to watch, so you'll be comfortable doing one more. Okay, and then we'll wind it down.
Process after